Well, tinnitus or tinnitus, ringing in the ears, is a sound in your head that really isn't there. So you hear a sound, a buzzing, a ringing, or a pure tone in your head. Even if you cut the acoustic nerve, that sound would be there. 1 or 2% of the people with tinnitus, or the 10% of the general population that has tinnitus, are severely impacted, causing depression, occasional suicide. We were given money by the Department of Defense to study possible drug therapy for tinnitus. There's actually 2 parts of that grant. The first part is to look at what the neural circuitry that goes bad in tinnitus is at the level of cortex, and then test the drug on that model, and then actually give the drug to whole animals who are experiencing tinnitus.
Dr. Caspary and I both study the auditory system, but we study very different parts of the auditory system. I study the inner ear, the cells that detect sound and initiate the process of hearing by activating the auditory nerve and sending those signals to the brain. And Don studies the central parts of the auditory system, the parts of the brain that interpret that sound and figure out what is a real sound to pay attention to, what is background noise, what is language, what is music, and what does everything mean.
Because of collaboration with Tom for using the animal model and Brandon's impeccable knowledge of the nicotinic receptor, we were able to come up with a drug that we'd never heard of, but Brandon knew of, called sazetidine. And for the last 3 or 4 years, we've been looking into sazetidine as a treatment for tinnitus.
So the idea of using sazetidine is because it acts on a receptor that regulates our attention. And so if we can use this drug to interfere with the attention that our brain is placing on this phantom noise of tinnitus, then perhaps those patients who suffer the most would have some benefits.
Doctors Caspary and Cox had approached our office and asked if their discovery was something worth protecting and pursuing by the university. After reviewing the technology, we thought that there might be some market potential there and definitely some patentable subject matter. So we recommended to the university that we protect the idea in hopes of further advancing the technology in a commercial setting.
Dr. Caspary has 40+ years of continuous federal funding for his research projects. His collaborations here at SIU has put the School of Medicine on the map for auditory research. His partnership with Brandon Cox, who brings new sets of ideas, new approaches to the problem, has been very synergistic. Brandon shares that passion that Dr. Caspary has, that hearing loss tinnitus is preventable, if not reversible. And collectively between those two, their labs have been extremely productive. We see it with their manuscripts, productivity, and grants.
And finally, you have to love what you do or you wouldn't do it. I'm well past retirement age and I still enjoy what I'm doing very much.